Hey everybody, it's Spooky and I'm back with another stadium build. This time it's our brand new first time ever Brig build that we've been testing for this first day. Now this is pretty early in development, but we've gotten a few games in and I can tell you that this thing is probably the most effective build that I've played with Brig so far, and is probably one of the more globally used ones that you can use right now starting today. Now this build probably will adapt a little bit in the future, but it is going to be centered around ability power and cooldown reduction. It's really centered around like how Brig plays in stadium, which is kind of a backline support, really just mitigating and CCing people to really funnel the fight down into a few narrow corridors. So I'm going to take some seconds to go over the build here real quick, and then we're going to jump into a new quick play game so we can quickly show you how this build plays in an efficient time, so you guys can get in and get out and start trying this build as early as possible. So let's get this thing started. All right, so jumping into the armory here, we're going to go over the powers first, and then we're going to go over how the items complement these powers as you go through the scaling process. So first off, you want to grab Maces to Faces round one. This is going to be probably the basis of how much damage that you're going to be able to do, and also help you to proc Inspire very often, no matter what the scenario is. Now this increases your whip shot size by 1 meter and can hit multiple enemies now. And any Inspire that's procced by whip shot also lasts 1 second longer. And you're going to see in the game that using this power literally makes it almost impossible to miss using your whip shot. Now that might be an over exaggeration, but really it's so simple to hit whip shots with this ability in its current state. And I do recommend grabbing this round one just to make sure that you're able to proc Inspire very often and you're able to get some good damage in there. Next up, we're going to grab God Ray, and this is going to make ability damage that hits people over 10 meters away. It's going to burn them for 4% bonus damage. For every 1 meter, the ability travels. Now, it's nice that it's at about the 10 meter mark, because that's usually about the average amount that most people are going to be away from you with this build. And if you position yourself correctly, you're just going to find that you're going to be burning people regardless. You don't have to think about this too much. Just play Brig like you normally would here in this build, a little bit more passively. And you're going to see that this builds a little more. Now, you're going to have the option to scale that damage even more with the burn damage later on with the chain extender if you would like, but it is not necessary for this build. You do not have to get the chain extender. This is just if you're finding that you're able to get more consistent damage, especially against flyers. This is really good, or any kind of tanks that don't have shields. This can be really good. But going on to the third power, Mender Bender, this is after using your shield bash. You're going to heal 3% of your shield, and you're going to trigger Inspire. This is going to make it easy to trigger Inspire anytime you need to rotate away without having to use your whip shot. And it's going to fill in those gaps between the whip shots for triggering Inspire, because you do not need to hit anybody with your shield bash to trigger that Inspire. And then our final power is going to be Aura Farming. This is anytime an Inspire is triggered by an ability, that is your whip shot and your shield bash, all heroes affected by it are going to gain overhealth equal to 5% of your max life. That is going to make it really easy to give everybody kind of a boost to their health. Now, you're not going to be too scaled in your HP, but that is completely fine because it's just going to be enough to get everybody in and out, and it's going to be proccing so often that you really don't need to worry too much about scaling your HP. It's really going to be centered around your ability damage and how much damage you can do from it, and the procs and status effects that you can get from using those abilities, and the cooldown reduction to make sure you're constantly applying CC to the enemy and keeping the pressure on them, so it's very hard for them to push, very hard for them to kind of rotate around the map as you play. So let's give this one a shot. Let's try it out. I'll give you this game so you guys can see how it works, and give you some ideas on how to play it yourself. Of course, we're going to include the build code in this video, so check the description below to make sure you get that build code. Make sure to go follow my Twitch once you grab that build code, so you can watch us live as we kind of show how this thing works live. I would appreciate that a ton. All right, so let's jump to this game. Maces to Faces, round one. Now, I do want to say you do want to grab a power playbook. Now, you can adjust this however you want, whatever play style you want. I tend to be more heavy-handed with the DPS side, so I tend to like Grab charge plating so I can get some more ability power and armor. A little bit of health on top of that. Shady spectacles because I'm going to be using whip shot a lot. So just giving me a little bit more sustainability. Now, again, you can choose whatever you want. You can go weapon power if you feel like you're going to flail more. You can go into survival with some like armored vest if you want to go with that route. That is going to be completely up to your preference. Now, I will note, they do have a diva, so that means they're not going to be having a shield. So this is probably one of the kind of games where I'm going to be focusing on maybe using the chain extender and really amping up the amount of burn damage that I can do from a distance. We're going to keep an eye on that, see how aggressive they play. If they play really aggressive, I probably won't get the chain extender because they're going to be up in my face anyways most of the time. We'll probably get maybe some more survival or something like that. Yeah, that's how we're going to go. So let's jump into this game. And focus up and get some good whip shots in here.
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
We have company.
So again, when you're playing Brig like this, you definitely want to play a little bit more passively. Brig's kind of one of those heroes where it feels like you should play in the front line, but really shield bash alone should really be used to basically just rotate away for the most part. Either that or finishing up kills. We're going to keep trying to proc this though. Keep our Spire up as much as we can. Keep rotating out, and I use the shield bash to get out. Keep our packs out. See that Cassidy there on the top left. I'm just going to kind of react to what's going on here. Rotate around. You can see how easy it is to hit those whip shots with the increased hitbox size. It really is. You kind of just send it and it just hits. It's kind of nice. I see that trap there. It's going to be weird. Proc our Inspire here real quick. Oh, they're trapped. They're going to be dead. Maybe. Let's find out. Just like that, we can get them out. Their packs up. There's that, and then we're probably going to lose that fight, so I'm going to back up here a little bit. But again, Brig's kind of one of those heroes, if you're playing correctly, no matter the fight, you really can live a long time playing this playstyle. It's all about proccing those Inspires, using ability damage, funneling the enemy, all the great stuff. It's like May's going top. Kind of like that, actually. Open it up a little bit, force him to rotate. Especially with this spam, we definitely need to open this up a little bit. So I might actually take some angles just to try to like bait him to like pressure me a little bit, you know? So if I like go over here, a little risky using that shield bash, but we are getting close on time. I got rally to stall out point if we need, which I think I will. Yeah, great job. Save our rally if we absolutely need it. And again, you can just see how easy it is to hit these whip shots without bases to faces. Finish that up there. All right, looking pretty good. So here's our stats so far. 624 damage, mainly just from the whip shots. 2900 healing from those engagements. So a lot of Inspire uptimes. Now that's going to shift a little bit to more some even numbers as we scale our AP. Inspire alone is probably going to be around the same each match. But our ability damage is going to scale, so we're going to be able to get a little bit more than that. So let's use our rally. I'm going to probably think about how I'm going to use it in response. Maybe just match their rally. Don't want to do it yet. So they live here. We're up 2, so I definitely don't need it. Proc this real quick and then get out. Maybe push up a little bit. That one phased through the Cassidy there too. Oh man. Open that up a little bit. I might, you know, if the Diva gets aggressive, I might pop that rally. Let's pop this now. So match the support ult there with the Moira. Remember, we're CCing and just stunning this fight and kind of keeping him in those chokes as much as possible. And we don't have to play right up against the choke, remember? Flail is not really the safest option for Brig, so keeping that distance, using the whip shot to really shuffle people around is kind of the best route and the safest route that you're going to get. Maybe finish up this Brig with the shield bash. Finish up the Diva. There you go, huge. There you go. Now, like we talked about in the build earlier, you are going to be able to scale a lot of this stuff. Shield bash is going to be an option with our ability power. which will be better as we go along. But again, I don't recommend using Shield Bash aggressively that much. Always save it as your escape or your rotation ability. Using it to get in is usually a death sentence. You're with AP Brig, you don't have a lot in survivability. So if you get into the fight and don't have an option to get out, a lot of times you're just going to find that you're dying way too much. So playing in this way is going to keep you alive, and it's going to make, remember, the longer you can stay alive, the amount of value you get for your team like scales exponentially. It's usually the worst players are dying a lot because they're sitting in the spawn room most of the game and not getting value. So don't be that player. Be the one that lives as long as possible, rotates, is smart about the positioning, knows how to get good value with the build that they're doing. And this one's all about kind of playing the safe. It really is more of like a standard Brig playstyle, especially for higher elos. If you're familiar with Brig, like maybe like Diamond above, you kind of know how Brig plays. If you're unfamiliar with this playstyle, it's really easy. You play less aggressive, play passive, be more observant of what's happening around you, and always keep your distance from everybody. Use your whip shot to keep your distance, use your shield bash to keep your distance, and proc inspire for your team that's near you. And that's really all you got to do. So at this point, we do have some options. As you scale up, you can go into full blues if you'd like. If you want to get Cyber Venom early to get that healing reduction, to proc that early, you can always go for that. Which I think I'm going to probably do. So let's see, we've got 45. I'm going to get a little bit of, we already have Shady Spectacle, so I'm going to grab Multi-Tool. Get some cooldown reduction, and then Cyber Venom to get that healing reduc, and get some more cooldown reduction for 10%. Just so we can constantly apply this. Again, with tanks without any shields, you really can just constantly apply Cyber Venom to them. And the nice thing is, once you have this God Ray power, now that is going to burn them, it actually is going to increase that. So it for like 3 seconds, it burns them, and it constantly reapplies the Cyber Venom. So it actually extends the Cyber Venom status effect for an additional 3 seconds on top of what it normally is, which is really good to just constantly debuff the tank. Especially if they don't have shields. So you can see the little status effect icon above their head. That means they have the healing reduc on them, 30% healing reduced on them, and I can just keep doing that. So when I burn them like that, it's gonna stay on that entire time it burns, and then the 2 seconds afterwards. So it's gonna be a nice solid amount of time. They can keep burning them like that. Make it real hard for their healers to keep them sustained, and just keep hitting that up. So you can see kind of the distance that you need to be to get this burn. It's about right here, which isn't too far. Like, you really don't need to be like an insane amount away to get it. It's kind of about what you normally would play. So we're gonna play up here, just keep reapplying it, and that's it. This is all about status effects right now, and really just putting a lot of pressure on the enemy team, keeping that diva away from us as much as possible. It's that easy. So that's our point. I don't want to die, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna wait here for a sec. There you go. Maybe pry a little bit more on the diva when she peeks again. And she's out. So we're going to rotate in. Maybe even apply it on the Brig a little bit. Now, don't feel like if you apply this Cyber Venom on someone, you have to push them. Remember, you're kind of playing the long game here. You're just trying to wear this down. Now, you can apply this with Shield Bash as well. So I'm going to do that here. Get in there with the rally. Sustain this a little bit. Maybe help our JQ. Apply that again. Hit it again. We're gonna go down to the tire there. I think that was probably not the worst scenario that could happen there. Pull out that tire. Did get a little aggressive with the rally, which I will say you can do. Obviously, anytime you pop rally, just make sure you're still aware that you're not invincible. And a lot of times I'll hold, like you saw last round, I'll hold rally basically just to sustain other support ults or like big like damage things that are coming our way, like sustained damage. Any burst damage, you really don't want to pop rally because it's not going to get too much value. You want to pop rally to mitigate like longer-ish engagements, because you get that sustained inspire boost, which is really good. Let's get in here. Definitely somebody on the flank, I'm pretty sure. Let's say rotate it back out. Look for that. Got a nice Cyber Venom on the rally. She pops that. We'll probably rotate out now that we're burning here. Definitely don't want to die. Get our packs out here. Help out a little bit. Keep applying that. Keep our cast up with a little extra health. Keep applying the Cyber Venom and living. That's our goal. Maybe mark that Junkrat for him. Pop that. Get that burn damage on him for a little bit. There you go. Look for that diva. There you go. Finish up round 2. And the nice thing, what I like about this quick play, and I have been enjoying quick play stadium a lot, is that you get your 3 powers in 3 rounds, so you really can see what a build looks like very quickly, which makes it really good for these videos. I don't have to wait for like a round 5 video, you know, even if it's a good match, it's a bad match. Either way, you can see how the build works, and I can really explain it to you. So if you ever want to like test out your own builds, quick play is a fantastic way to do it. It's a very expedited way to really test out these builds and see what they look like in real time against real enemies, which is great. So these last 2 perks here, you can change these out with some other ones. These are the ones that I prefer for my playstyle. Mender Bender, like we talked about earlier, it's going to refresh our shield health anytime we shield bash, and it's going to trigger Inspire. So anytime we're rotating with our shield, we're actually proccing Inspire with that rotation as well. That's going to fill in the gaps for that Inspire uptime to make sure that we're constantly having Inspire up as much as possible. And at this point, you really can start going into whatever you want. You can get more ability damage for more power. You can get some heal or some cooldown reduction with Iridescent Iris, or Mitzi's Medicine, which also helps with your repair packs. More survivability with Lumerica Fusion Drive if you want to get some armor refreshing as you use your abilities. Or you can like do Skyline Nanites or get the Chain Extender. I'm actually going to grab the Chain Extender so you guys can see the extra damage that we get from this. And maybe grab a little bit more Energized Bracers. I think it'll be good. Just keep that lifesteal with the abilities. So this is going to go about 50% further with the Chain Extender. And that also scales with the God Ray, which burns enemies based on the amount of distance they are away from you. So now we can really sit back as much as possible and really just span this out. Now, again, I wouldn't recommend this if they're playing more of like a dive comp, they're like up in your face, or if they're using shields a lot, because you're not really going to get too much value from that. I definitely recommend doing something that'll get a little bit more value as you play. But that distance, oh god, that shield goes down quick. So we got to wait for that Cassidy, see where he's playing. Keep him away from us. Now we're in the living game. So we're shielding down pretty quick there. And you can see that reaches all the way out there. Brig blocked that with her shield, though. Ana might go down here. Let's see. We're just going to proc that burn damage. Keep rotating away. Remember, now we get all the distance we want. So we can play farther back with this Chain Extender. We really can just try to hit those out. See how easy it is to proc that, too? I wasn't anywhere near that baby diva, and that's still connected. So we can hit her all the way out there. That's probably our max damage that we're going to get on that burn damage, too. And you'll be able to see our damage stats here as we play. I used my shield bash to get in. I'm going to get punished for that one. Missed that one. Nice shield bash there. Rotate out. So we get that damage back. Actually, no, I'm going to pop this. Feel like we might be able to win this. And we're going to keep doing that. A little bit of refresh on here. Use this to rotate. Remember, we're proccing Inspire every time we use that shield bash, which is great for us and it's great for our allies. So a lot of survivability here. We'll try to rotate maybe to that Mega. We think we probably die here. Yeah, no, we're going to go down here. Solid fight, though. A lot of fun. Lot of fun. All right, 27 back to our rally. Again, that's not really a big ultimate in this one here. A lot of our value is going to get from, again, proccing that Cyber Venom, putting it on that Diva to make sure that our healers can't heal her that much. It's so easy to apply it and keep that status effect on there. So I'm probably going to wait here. Maybe hit that cast with it. There you go. Rotate it in here a little bit. Bit of burn. Get that Cyber Venom on the Diva. Win this fight here. Spread out maybe a little bit. Sorry about that. Wrong button. Apply that on the Junkrat. Finish him up. And it's really good to help with like target focus. If you can see who your team's kind of focusing, applying that Cyber Venom, and if you even want to, you can do Liquid Nitrogen. And I will say, if we get to go into an extra round, I would love to show you guys what Liquid Nitrogen looks with this, and how much like stacking Cyber Venom and Liquid on a single target can really make it easy for your team to just solidify kills in fights like that, and really force them out. So I actually wouldn't mind if we went an extra round here, just to see what that looks like here in the next round. Pop our rally just to help our cast here. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to go super hard into this yet. Apply some more Cyber Venom. Keep our boys up. Apply that on the Baby Diva. We see some Moira over here. Apply that Cyber Venom on her as well. Rotate out. There's a lot of ults they're popping right now. Rotate for the Cassidy. Keep applying that Cyber Venom. Remember, we can apply Cyber Venom with Shield Bash if we absolutely need to. And a Proc Inspire. If we ever need a Proc Inspire for our team, just use a little Shield Bash. Get in there. Okay, we're pretty close to the checkpoint. This is the last fight. I'm going to pop our rally. Get some over health here. Finish that baby diva. Proc that up on the Junkrat. Replay. I'm going to back up here just a little bit because we're having a lot of spam come in there. Finish up. Oh, we're so close to C9ing it. Help out a little bit. Huge nade, huge nade. Reapply that Cyber Venom on the Brig. Since we kind of have to play on point here. Not really have the option to rotate, but I'm going to have to here. Hopefully our Mei can hold it. Reapply that on the Diva. Reapply it on the Diva again. Oh, we got a Cassie behind us. Interesting fight here. See what happens. Diva's so low. Can the Queen hold it? I think we might have it. Especially if our Mei can stay up. Oh, no, there goes Mei. Diva Bomb. The really... Oh, dang. Nice Diva Bomb. All right, well, that's great. We can talk about Liquid Nitrogen. So if you guys are familiar with Stadium at all, Liquid Nitrogen, kind of like Cyber Venom, applies a 3-second slow for 20% slow on the target. Anybody that gets applied by ability damage. Now, the nice thing with Maces to Face is that you can, if they're stacked up, you can apply this to multiple people as well if you're able to hit all of them. I wouldn't worry about it though. Really focusing in on one target is probably what you're going to want to do. So again, we have many options. If you feel like you want to get more survivability, Lumerico. If you feel like you want to get more whip shots in, you can go Iridescent Iris or Mitzi's Medicine to get some healing increase. But we're going to do Liquid Nitrogen for this one. Just because we're getting a lot of status effects applied on, especially Diva, who relies a lot on speed to get her value. So it makes it much easier to kind of keep her from getting to dive as quickly as efficiently as she would otherwise. So let's see, we got Liquid Nitrogen. We got enough for what else can we get here? You know, let's get Skyline Nanites. Let's get some additional tick damage, especially for shooting Diva a lot. This is going to proc since she is technically airborne whenever she's flying. This is going to proc quite a lot, so we're going to keep that one. And then do we have enough to get anything else? Maybe switch out this for Nano Cola. There we go. Get some more impact. Get some more oomph on our whip shots instead of that cooldown reduction. All right, so this should scale really nicely here, especially if we can just keep applying it on the Diva. Should be good. We're going to play near our other support as much as we can. Probably chilling out near the payload. Unless the fight happens on the payload, then I'm going to get off the payload. That's what we're going to be doing. So we're kind of the payload pushers in this payload race. Awesome map, by the way. I don't know if you guys have played it yet. Ton of fun. The Thames district, right? I believe is how it's pronounced. Really, really cool. Okay, we're a little low. I'm going to rotate out. Proc that Inspire. Get that mine out just so we don't accidentally... Almost got the Diva there. We can see her around the corner. New whip shot ups ready right now. Let's hit that up. Slow her down. Get the healing reduc. And let's do it again. Boom. And then let's do it again. Boom. And then let's do it again. Boom. So we're really making her life pretty much miserable right now. Rotate out. We can use that to help us here a little bit. Now I can help my Cass. Even though I know the fight's kind of happening elsewhere. Oh, that Brig might have fed. I shouldn't have whip shotted her just because that helps her rotate out. There you go. Max distance on that one. Get some good burn damage. Rally's just about ready to go. I think I might pop it early here for this fight. Start off with a nice little boost. This Brig's out of position now. Let's apply that Cyber Venom. There you go. So she doesn't get that rally healing as much. Maybe block for a Cassidy. Here we go. And back to re-applying on the Diva. So their payload's going... Oh, I need to rotate out. Woo, buddy. Down the shield bash too. There you go. There's the cast ult. I'm going to rotate out from that. Hit this. Maybe I'll more cast push that payload a little bit. Oh, no. Our Ana definitely needs help. Maybe rotate if I can. Don't know if I got much for her. Oh, I might be down 2 now. Yeah, definitely. That's what I get for using my shield bash. Should have kept that up. All right, Cassidy goes down. We got 80%. We're now at the final portion here. See how close we can get here. I think it should be fine, actually. They used a lot of abilities or ultimates to get that one, so we just got to be ready to stall theirs out here in a sec. Which I think that might... Oh, man, that's a big bomb. Yeah, I think that might be theirs. It's a pretty good stagger they got on us here. Okay, no problem. So here's our stats for round 4. 2200 damage, 4k healing. You can see we're doing quite a bit. It looks like our Ana's doing a lot of damage right now, so she's going full DPS. Kind of like that. I kind of like seeing that from her. That's great. All right, so final round. We're just gonna dump a lot into ability power. Again, survivability I think is a huge issue. Anytime we die, it's usually just because our shield bash is down, so I'm not too worried about that. We're gonna keep the fly though. Final power, aura farming. So this is when Inspire is triggered by an ability. All heroes affected by it gain over health. That means anytime we hit with whip shot and anytime we use our shield bash, everyone around us is going to get that over health, including us too. So it helps us with our survivability a little bit. So what I'm going to do, we're going to actually help out. I'm noticing we're using a lot of repair packs. So we're going to do that with over health as well. We got 7k. We're going to upgrade energized bracers. I don't know if I could grab Phantasmic Flux here to keep the lifesteal, but I think we have enough survivability with the Inspire triggered by that, as well as the overhealth that we're going to give. So I think we're probably just going to get... let's do Lumerico. I'm feeling pretty good about Lumerico, having a little bit of armor in there. How much cooldown reduction do we have? 15% cooldown reduction. Oh, man. Now I'm... Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, let's switch that out. Let's get an extra 10% cooldown reduction with Iridescent Iris here. So, okay, that should be looking pretty good here. So we got Mitzi's, we got 25. We've got Liquid Nitrogen and Cyber Venom to apply. We've got Chain Extender plus God Ray to get that additional burn damage to make it easy to proc it. And then even Skyline Nanites to help as well, because that is as well tick damage that will help to extend any flying targets with the Cyber Venom and the Liquid Nitrogen. So, all right, final round. Perfect video, right? Win or loss, hopefully you guys enjoyed this build so far. It's a ton of fun. Out of all the builds I've played for Brig so far, this one is definitely the most enjoyable that I've played so far. Now, again, it has only been 24 hours, so a lot of things will change as we experience more builds, but with all the experience I have in Stadium and seeing these items, we're definitely going to be seeing something like this stick around for a while, just because it's so applicable to many scenarios and really easy to live and get value on. So I don't really see this build going anywhere crazy. Rotate out of there. Yeah, I don't really see it going anywhere. Oh, I'm surprised that didn't hit. That was weird. Let's get this trap down so someone dies from it. God, that trap's got so much health. Die! Here we go. Oh my god, it's huge remake. Let me reapply this. There you go, huge. Woo, buddy. There goes our Cassie. All right. Gets down a little bit punished for that aggression there. Maze in there. Let's see what our Maze running. Oh yeah, she's doing some good stuff. Oh, that's the 3-that Tommy. Oh my god, are they actually running? They're actually running the poke build. Love to see that. Love to see that. That's awesome. Sure, let's wake her up immediately. That's my bad. They keep playing back a little bit. You know, I probably want to make sure I use this chain extender to its full extent. So I'm probably going to play from like right here maybe. Anybody who peeks that corner. Boom. Like that. Keep that fire damage burning. Keep applying it. Let's just use this to maintain our backline maybe. There you go. It's a nice defensive rally there. I think that worked out really well. Don't Don't know if we're going to win that fight, but I think that was a good rally we popped there. Big. Possibly? Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Keep her on up, baby. Ooh, buddy. That might have been the last fight. I think they scaled really well here. Yeah, I think they scaled real well. All right, we got a little bit more here. We got May Junker Queen. Not a lot of ults, though. Yeah, not a lot of ults. There goes the 2. I think that's it. I think that's game. So good game. Good quick play game as well. Don't take the dub here, but I think you guys really got an idea of at least how it was played. So I do recommend try this out for yourself in quick play. I think you're going to find it really fun and get a lot of value from it as well. So hopefully you guys can catch some dubs in your future games playing with Brig. We'll be playing a lot of Brig this season, working with builds. A little bit of Winston, maybe not too much Farah, and of course working with May as well. So if you guys ever watch my May content as well, we'll be grinding out. We hit Legend 2 last season. I was 2 games away from Legend 1. Kind of bummed out we didn't hit it, but that just gives me something to work forward to this season, hitting Legend 1. So if you're there for the May grind, we'll be live on Twitch, but we'll also be playing support live on Twitch as well. So if you want to come hang out, talk about Stadium, maybe throw around some cool build ideas. I actually test out builds just about every Monday. That chat sends it in our Discord, so feel free to join our Discord to submit your own in there. Anyways, that's the build guide today. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and we'll see you in the battlefields in Stadium. All right? Peace.